Yo, what is up, gang? By the end of this video, you should be able to make your own dark African trap beats. I started off with this guitar loop that I found from slooply or slooply.com, and it sounds like this. When listening to this loop, Ghana came into mind, but I was like that this stunna can also do justice on this loop. So I threw on elements that are more likely to be on the stunna type of beat. So the next thing I did was I layered this flute from Expand. After that, I layered this piano melody. After the piano, I had to layer this choir as well. Together with the guitar, it sounds like this. Now I'm done with the melodies, time to go to the drums. So with my drums, the one thing I wanted to do is just keep them simple and create a bounce. So the hi-hat goes like this. After the hi-hat, I just went and did a generic snare. After that, I went with the kick. You know you gotta find yourself a hard-hitting kick. Just the basic kick pattern. So after that, I went and did the 808, which is a basic 808 pattern which follows the root note of the melody and the kick. Wait, pause. Did you know that Trinity just dropped a new drum kit? Let's talk more about that later. So after that, I layered 5 open heads to hit with the 808, some to create more bounce. So that's how I made this beat. This one does not have the generic trap bounce, it has more African elements into it. I started with this pad. It's in the scale of C# major. And after that, I went ahead and did this spell. I went and played another bell. Then I went and did this synth. I felt like something was still missing, so I went and did another synth. Then after that, I was thinking to myself, there's a top liner melody that's missing here. So I went and played this organ from concert. That's pretty much the melody. Then I went to the drums. I started off with this kick. This is the kick that I use in almost all my beats. Find it in the description below. The kick was followed by this generic snare, which was followed by this hi-hat. Then after that, I just had to throw in some bongos and the tom. Together they sound like this. Then I felt like there was something missing, so I went and did this bass but cut off the low end. So on the previous bass, I cut off the low end and I merged it with this one, and this one I cut off the high end. Then I felt like there's still something missing, so I went and did this lock drum. That is how I made that beat from the Stunna. Remember the drum kit that we were talking about? Yeah, here's the preview. Link is in the description below. I started off with these chords and they're in D minor. This is the first chord. I just took the note and took it down an octave. So it sounds like this. After that, I did a different instance of the bell for another section of the beat. For some texture, I added another bell. After that, I added these strings from Nexus. I did a lot of these instances of the same strings. So next I took this pad from Nexus and layered it with the bells. I went and did another string from Nexus but on the lower notes. After that I played this Rhodes one-shot key. It sounds dope, bro. After that, I added some other strings for the hook. So I also layered another pad just to fill up some frequencies. Then I went and did this choir. Be sure guys to play with the velocities, especially on the lower notes, because with the choir they sound the loudest. Basically now I'm done with the melody, so let's go to the drums. With the drums I went and did this tambourine. Just generic with a lot of few changes here and there. Then after that I went and backed it up with a hi-hat. Just like that. I went and did the kick. So know that the kick is one element that is important making this type of beats. Remember, all these sounds that I'm using are in the drum kit. And after that I went and did this bass. So I play with the slides here just to make it a little bit interesting. After that I went and did the generic snare. Then added some bongo. Then I added some toms. Then added this cowbell. Then another bongo. Okay, so guys, I have this idea. So I'm planning to drop all the FLPs of the beats that I'm breaking down here, and I'm gonna do that through a membership program that I'm trying to create. If I do create the program, how many of you guys will join? Leave a comment below. After that, I did the 808. Now this is the important section of the beat. So with the 808, I played with it. You know you gotta play with the 808. I did some slides. So this sounds like this. This is the 808 that carries the beat. At this point, I'm done with the beat, so I just had to add some percussions, some FXs, some drum fills, and arrange the beat. Now, this following trap beat has more melodic elements than it has dark elements. I started off with this piano. Then the piano was followed by a plug for a different section of the beat. You can find this plug sound inside the new drum kit that I'm dropping soon. I then went ahead and layered this string. For a different section of the beat, I did this second string. I also did these high note strings for when the beat drops. After that, I added more strings to keep the hype of the beat going on the hook. For the middle part of the verse, I decided to add strings and choir together to keep it interesting. What I did on the verse, I added another strings for when I want the hype of the verse to be up. I decided to add these strings to add some more emotions to the beat. After that, I added this vox that I found inside my new drum kit that's coming out in June. Be on the lookout. At this point, we are done with the melody. It's time to go to the drums. So I started off with this bass. Now, the one thing that makes the beat hard is the 808. The 808 needs to be punchy and it has to be crazy. Now, since this is an African trap beat, we need to have sounds like congos, bongos, and other African tribal sounds. For the second verse, I wanted to go to the generic drum pattern for Lesotho type of beats. Now for you to be able to tell where the hook is and where the verse is, I decided to add these tambourines and open heads on the hook. I know sometimes watching a beat breakdown can be a little bit confusing, so if you want to see how I make these beats from start to finish without cutting any clips, click this video on the screen right now.